Many of them are giving the name. Okay, so yesterday we have completed till what? I think this one we have completed, right? So we have completed constructor, inheritance, and method overloading, polymorphism, everything has been done, right? So constructor also have done. So was in that is string methods, right? So that is mutable and immutable and methods of Javas. So how much I've completed? This one. So okay, we discussed about some methods, right? So now we'll go with the access modifiers, which we need to discuss. Okay, I'll read one once. Access modifier. Okay, so first we should understand. So what are the modifiers we have? So totally we have four modifiers, right? What are they? This. So what are they? They're nothing but default and then private and then protected. And one more thing is public. Okay. So one example. First we'll understand what it is. What is default? So default declaration is visible only within a package. Okay. And private is this is visible only within a package. And then private visible within the class only and protected visible within the package or the subclasses. Okay, and the last one is public. Public is nothing but is visible everywhere. Okay, so this is how it will be. Okay, so now what is called as a default access modifiers. So if we do not explicitly specify any access modifier for a classes or methods or a variable, then by default the default access modifier is considered. Okay, if you are not going to apply anything like the private or protected or public, then it is considered as a default access modifier. Okay, so and we can see about what is a private modifier. Okay, so to make a private, so I'm going to create a private data type, that is variable. Okay, so here private variable, and I'm giving a name, a string name. Okay, and next to this I'm going to create a public class name. So this is my main method. Okay, this is my main method. So I can give some other name. Let it be access E. Okay, so inside this I'm giving a method, main method, public static void main string arguments of. Okay. So next to that, inside this, I'm going to create an object of data. So what is the database? So what is the class name I've given? Just copy this. This is the way we will create a object, right? So I'm giving a name as A and new operator of. Okay. So next to this, after creating, what I have to do? I want to access the private variable and the field from the another class. So will it possible? So visible within the class only. So it will not be visible to this class, right? So but I'm trying to do it. So a dot name equals to some name I'm giving. So this is how it will be. So what it is saying. So the field access modifier name is not visible. The public's type access must be defined within its own file. Okay, we cannot do it anymore. So we'll try to print it of system.out. So we can't do this. So this is called as a private. So when it's come to a protected that is modifier, so it is like a method and the data members. So it may be a method or a data member or declared protected. We can access them within the same package. So package is this one. Within the same package, we can do it. Okay. As well as from the subclasses also we can do. For example, I'll remove all these. So now I will take one protected. Okay. So protected method, example, protected void display off. So inside this, I'm giving some information like system out dot println. So here display a protected method. And next one is I'm going to create one more a class. So this is a subclass, right? So this is my super class. Here I'm going to create a subclass. So note this, visible within the same package or a subclasses. So subclass, what I'm creating is access B. Okay. Extends access modifier. So this is how I created. So now what is the main method? Public static void name string arguments of. So inside this, first I'm going to create an object of what class? For access. For this one, I'm going to create a that is object. So to create that, what I need to give? I need to give this class name and a is equal to some new operator and then of semicolon. Okay. And next thing is we need to access. So we'll see whether I can able to whether I can able to do this. So here what is the variable name? So a dot display of. We'll run this file. So I can see the display protected method. Yes. What happened? It is in the same package, right? And it is the same subclass. If it is in the subclass, so we can do it. Okay. And next one is what is public access modifier, which is already known. So we can access it from anywhere. Okay. So as no scope restriction. So that is called as a public. Okay. These are all called as a access modifier. Then now we will see what is this keyword. Okay. So why we are using a this keyword. Okay. So this is a this keyword. So here what I will do is I'm creating before understanding this, before coding this, we should understand. So actually this keyword refer to the current object. It will refers to the current object inside a method. So what happens? So object is obviously will be present within the method or a constructor, right? So what happens is, so it refers to the current object. This keyword is refers to the current object inside a method or a constructor. Okay. And if I try to first I'm going to initialize a variable. So let's take integer a is the variable. So now what I will do is I'm creating a constructor. So to create a constructor, what I will do, just copy this off. It's similar to the method, but the class name is going to be a method name. So here I will give the same parameter, so which I have given. So I'm giving variable a. And now what I will do is I'm using a this keyword. So this keyword, what it refers to the object. So this dot a is equal to a, and system dot out dot println. Here I'm not going to give any a or b, whatever the variable, just going to give this keyword. That's enough. Okay. So now next to this, okay, next to this, what I will do is I'm going to create a main method. After this constructor, I'm creating a main method, public. So within this, what is the class name I'm using? Just copy this because I'm going to create a, because I'm going to create an object. Okay. So I'm giving an object name as b and new operator keyword, and inside this I'm going to give the value. What is the value for this? So example, I'm giving 100, and finally I will print this value. So here what happens is you will get the reference value. So you're not going to get the number which is given. So we are going to get the reference values. So let's check. So see here the both the reference number is same. So this means this is nothing but the reference to the current object. So it refers to the current object. For that purpose, we are going for this. And why we are using this keyword is first thing is for ambiguity variable names and using this in the constructor overloading. Okay, for that purpose, we are will use this keyword. Okay, for example, it is not allowed to declare two or more variables having the same name. So inside the scope, so however the instant variable and the parameter may have the same name. Okay, and the second thing is what is final keyword. So what is final keyword? We cannot change the value of the final variable. So that is a main important thing. So see here. Uh, Here what I will do is I'm going to create a final variable. Okay. So final keyword, and then I'm giving what is the data type, and I'm mentioning the age. Okay. So age, it's going to be some 32 or some 20. Okay. So now next to that, I'm giving try to change the final variable. So this will not be possible, because here what I will do is I'm trying to increase this value to be some, this is integer, so 25. Okay, and I'm trying to print this value. So whenever you go for an interview, just you know the definition. So what is final keyword? You cannot able to change the values. For this keyword, what happens? So it's a just a reference. For that purpose, we are using it. So it creates, whenever you create an object, so for that method and constructor, so it is going to be a owner. Okay, so here I'm mentioning the name age. So what happens? I will not be getting a value. So it is throwing an error. Can you see this? So final local variable age cannot be assigned. And next we'll see why. So how we can use this in a final method. So make sure so before going to this final method, we should know what is Java inheritance. We already know. So in what happened in inheritance, it get the same things, right? That is, it get the properties of the parent class, the same thing. So final method cannot be overridden by the child class. For example, we'll take some or two things. Okay, two classes I'm going to take. So final. So just remove this. Here what happened is, first I'm going to create a final method. Okay, so in this method, first is public final void display. So before, what we used to do, so we just used to give a public static or public void display, right? So now I have included final. So in this place, I'm going to add system out dots println. Okay, and I'm trying to print some values. So within this, this is final method. Okay, so now after this, I'm trying to create a one more class, that is a subclass. Let's see the class. Here I'm giving a name as B. Okay, so extends this final. It's going to extend this final. If I do this, this is not all correct, but I'm trying to override. Try to override the final method. Okay, so here see, so public final. So I'll just copy over this thing. Just trying to override, and you can see some error, right? Okay, here you can see it is throwing some error. What is that? So multiple marker at this line cannot override the final method from final overrides. So that is the error you will be getting. So you can't override the method using the final. And what is Java final class? Cannot be inherited by the another class. So you cannot inherit from the another class. So example, if I'm trying to extend something, so that we cannot do. Extend cannot be possible in final class. So these are the three important things. So how the variable works and how the method works, and the third one is how the class works. So if you go to the final class, what happens? It cannot extends. Okay. And the one more thing is the final method you cannot override. Okay, these are the interview questions. And next we'll see what is Java instance of operator. So we have something called as an instance of. So how we are going to use it. So let's see. So this is nothing but if example we used to check whether an object is instance of particular class or not. So example, see here, I'll create one class. So here, so this is a class name. Okay. So before understanding this, you should understand instance of operator. So what it is? Example, to check an object is an instance of a particular class or not. For that purpose, we are using this. If object, so what is the syntax for this? Object name an instance of class name. This is how it will be. So if the object and name is the instant of this class name, the operator returns a true. Otherwise, it returns false. So let's see one simple example. So here, um, public, I'm creating a main method. Okay, public static void main string arguments of. So inside this, I will create a variable of string type. So I'm giving a data type and the name, and I'm giving some value for this program. Like this, I've given a name. So now I'm going to check if the name is instant of a string. Okay, so just come down. So here I'm giving it as a boolean, and the return type you can give whatever the result name, and then name, and then instance of string. Okay, so what I've done, I'm giving the this is my object name, right? So this is the object name, and I'm giving another name and instance of string. So this is the way you have to check whether if the name is an instance of a string or not. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, and now I'm trying to print this statement. So system dot out dot println. So inside this, I'm giving this object name, that is result. Okay, and the next is again I'm going to create an object of this class. Using this class, I'm going to create an object. So this is my class name, giving a variable as a is equals to new and then the class name. Okay, and now check if the object is an instance of main. So previously we have checked whether the instance of a string. So now we are going to check, and I'm giving what is the variable name. So here it is a. Okay, so a instance of the class name. So now I'm going to check this result. Yes, it is showing it is true because instance of is nothing but it, check whether the a particular class is having an instance or not. For that purpose, we are using this. So when it will be false, the if the object name is an instance of class name, the operator returns true. Okay. So otherwise, it is written false. So this is all about. So example. So in this example, we have created a variable name of a string type. For a string type, we have created a variable name, right? And then a object. For a object also, we have created for a main class. Using a main class, we have created. This is using a string type, and this is using a that is class. Okay, and the instance of operator to check whether the name and the object, okay, whether the name and the object are instance of a string and the main. Okay, it is checking whether the name and this object of the strings, or the instance of the string and the main class. So that is what it is checking. Okay, and I hope I have completed inheritance. And the next thing is method overriding. I hope I've completed. No. Okay, so we already know what is method overloading, right? So now we will see what is method overriding. So first we'll know what it is. If the same method is present both the superclass and subclass method in the subclass overrides the method in the superclass. Okay. So previously, what is method overloading in polymorphism? It is nothing but it will have a same method, but the argument differ and the data types differ, right? But here you can see if the same method is present, both a superclass and subclass method, so what happens is the subclass overrides a method in the superclass. This is what it will be. So we'll see some simple example for this one. In this I have, I'm going to create a method in the super class. So this is my parent class, right? So I'm creating public void eat off. This is a simple method I'm creating. So inside this, changing this to, so semicolons, I'm giving some text. So this is the text I'm giving. So next what I will do is I'm going to create a one more subclass. Okay. So the class, and I'm giving a name as method override. Okay. So extends. Okay, this is what, this is a subclass and this is a superclass. So now I try to override the work method. Okay. So over, so I'm overriding the work method. So now you can see at override. So I will tell you what it is. Okay, this is just a annotation. We'll see what it is. Okay. So as of now, don't get confused. So that is only for, for programmer. So void work off. So inside this, I'm just copying this text. Some text I'm just giving. Next to this, I'll come down and I'm creating a new method. So new method in the subclass. So in the subclass, I'm going to create one new method. Okay. So these both are the same thing, but I'm going to create a new method. So example, I'm giving it as a public void uh, line close. Okay. So like this, I'm giving some method. I'm just copying this. So after this, I'm creating a main class. So class, I will give a name as, so see here, this is my super class and this is my subclass, which is extended, and both have a same method name, and here I have a different method name. So come here in the class, I'm creating a of, so a, so inside this I'm creating a main method. So better I'll change this to be some d. So public. So here what I will do is I'm going to create that is a subclass. Using a subclass, I'm going to create a thing. So what is, I'm going to create an object. So take this subclass, and then I'm giving a variable name as a is equals to new of this. Sorry, even in the caps. So next to this, I'm taking a object. So a dot, what is the method I've given? Work of, and then a dot close off. So let's run this method overriding. So here you can see some tool method. One is it is already working fine in the superclass. The other one is closing the new method. So what is the functionality? So the same method is present in the both the superclass and the subclass method, but in the subclass overrides a method in the superclass. So you will not get any output of this superclass. Okay. So next, the important thing is super keyword. So what is super keyword? So super keyword is so if we saw the same method in the subclass overrides a method in the superclass, in such a situation, the super keyword is used to call the method of the parent class from the method of the child class. Okay, let's see. So this is not possible in this method override. So, but we can do it using a super keyword. Let's see how we can do this. So we'll take the same example, which is here. Okay, and I just want to change one thing. So in this place I will call the method. Okay, I'm going to call this method. So what is a keyword? So this is a super class, right? So I'm going to use a super keyword and I'm calling this method work of, and just save this. So and the other are same. So let's check. For that purpose only, for method override, for that reason we are using this keyword, because we are not able to. So here you can see all the three outputs are displaying. Okay, so we know what is a different types of inheritance we are following, and also we know what is method overriding. So method overriding is the same thing which we see now. And also we just know what are the rules we used to follow in overriding. So both the superclass and subclass must have the same method name and the same return type and the same parameter list. So we cannot override the method declared as a final and static. We cannot do that. We should always override the abstracted method of the superclass and the super keyword in overriding. So if you want the output of your what superclass, what you can do? So you have to use a super keyword. Okay, so this is all the answer. Okay, next. So what if the overridden method of superclass has to be called? So we think we have completed. Okay, and also if you try to, uh, see here, you're trying to, access the attribute of the superclass. So in the override, so what we can do, just remove this. I think so. See here, I'm just what I'll do is, so let it be like this. Here I'm giving one protected variable. Okay. So protected variable, obviously we can use it in the subclass as well, right? So type equals to some name, database. Okay. So I'm going to get this type. So before we know how to get the method. So now we are going to get this type. Okay. So here also I'm giving some that is data, field data. So here I'm giving one more name, DB1. Okay. And next to this, I'm trying to give a method. So print type of. So this is a method. I'm having some text. So what I will do is I'm going to get the type. Okay. So see here, I'm giving a type alone for the first method. And for the next method, what I will do is I'm just copying this. Here I'm trying to mention it using super keyword, super dot type. Okay. And in the main class, what I will do is I'm just going to create this thing, and here just give a dots, and then what is a method, print type of. That's it. So let's check. So here you can see both the things. So we can call the thing using the super dot type. Okay. So this is the basic thing which we need to follow. And now we will see what is abstract class and abstract method. I will create one class, abstract. Okay, first before going into the code, we should know what is abstract, right? Actually, an abstract class in Java cannot be instantiated. Instantiated means we cannot create an object of the abstract class. Okay, the first thing is we cannot create an object for abstract class. And we use the abstract keyword to declare the abstract class. Okay, and you need to mention the abstract keyword. So there are so many keywords when it comes to an interview point of view, you need to answer and you have to give the definition. Okay. So we'll see the basic example. So how we can create an abstract class. So actually abstract class, if you try to create an object, then it will throw an error. Okay. So it will not give your output. So but we can do two things. You can also create, so within the abstract class you can create abstract method and the normal method, we can do that. Okay. And so I'll tell you one simple example using abstract class. So I'll remove this. So inside this, the first thing is I'm going to create a method. So if it is a normal method, you can directly give it like this. So public void display. This is a normal method. This is not abstract. It's not an abstract method. This is a normal method. I'm giving system. Okay. The next thing is I'm trying to create main class. So here I'm giving a class name. So let it be G. And gonna extends the parent class. Okay. So This is how it will be. So now we have created an abstract class. Sorry, 1 second. Need to mention this to be an abstract. So abstract keyword you need to mention before the class name. So class name, you can give whatever the name you want. So now you're going to have a main method, right? Public static void main string arguments of. So within this, I can create an object, but I cannot create an object for abstracted class. Okay, and I cannot give a business logic for a abstract class. So here I will how I create. So I will take this G and name A new operator and then G of semicolon. Okay. So these are created objects. So now I'm trying to access a method of the abstract class. So how we can do it as usual. What A dots display. So here you can see the output. Okay, if you are trying to implement the abstract method, so how we can do that? So just go here and I'm creating abstract void make sound. Okay, so this is called as a abstract method because I have using the abstract keyword. Okay, and next what I will do is here in interview point of view they will ask whether you will be able to create a business logic in abstract method. We will not be able to create any business logic. Business logic is this is a business logic. We cannot create here. Okay, just if you calm down, so here you can see extents and a method. So here I'm not going to use a main method. So just cut this. I'm going to have a main class T. So here I'm going to call. So within this, what I will do is I'm going to provide the implementation of the abstract method. So here only what I will do, I will give the implementation. So I can't do it here. So I can't do it here. So I can only do it where? So within the subclass only I can do. Okay. So to provide an implementation of abstract method. Okay. So just copy this. So here you should not use it as abstract because we can access it anywhere, right? So public and you give a what is method name and inside this you can give some values. I'm just copying this. Here I'm giving it as implementation of abstract method. Okay, just run this. What is the error? Okay, so now here come down so you can see some two things, right? So I have created the object. So now I have given display off and next thing is a dot make sound. I just need to run this. Mm, okay, okay. Here, so please define the main method. Main method not found in the class G. So we should use this subclass one. Why it is showing like this? So abstract class. Give it this name and then implementation. So public makes sound. Just a lot out of internet. So T so here public static void main string arguments of yes and created a object of the subclass. Yes. Is A and here it is display and here it is mixing. Correct one, you know. Main method not found on the G. Let me one more time. Okay, now you can see both the output has been displayed. So this is called as a abstract method and the class. And so major, use of this abstract class and method to achieve the abstraction in Java. So is important concept of oops that allows to hide unnecessary details. So if some details, example, uh, the passengers don't want to know, you know, what are the facilities or sorry, what are the things which is not necessary for them, which is not required for them, they don't want to see, right? So like that we can hide it in the things. Example, we can take some bank example. In bank what happens, um, they are getting a statements, right? So when they have paid the that is the credited and debited, everything will be there, but they don't want the logic, so how it has been calculated. Okay, so that logic can be implemented in this place. Okay, for that purpose we are using this abstract class and method. And next we'll see what is Java interface. Okay, create a class. So here it is interface. What is interface? It is a fully abstract class. So this is called as a fully abstract class. It includes a group of the methods without a body. Okay, so it includes a group of abstract methods. Okay, and we use the interface keyword to create an interface in Java. Okay, so if it is a fully based abstract, then what you will do? So you need to use a interface keyword. instead of using abstract keyword. Okay, so something like this: interface, interface language. So the name is the class name. Okay, and inside this I will have a bulk of method. So example, public void get type of, in public void get version. So like this will be, this is called as a fully interface. So if you have a group of methods, so here the language, this is called as an interface, and these two, it is called as an abstract method. So how we can implement an interface? We cannot create an object for the interface again. So same like abstract class. To use interface, the other class must implement it. So if you want to use an interface, the other class, example, if I'm going to create one more class, it is B, then that class going to implement what it is in the interface. Okay. So we'll see a very simple example. So how we can do this. Instead of public, what you have to mention, you need to give interface and the class, and here I'm going to interface, and this is a class. So inside this I will give a method. So method called, so example, void get area, and I need a length and breadth. So integer length comma integer semicolon, and next to this what is error? Syntax error on token class, delete this token. So we'll see. So once we complete, we'll understand. So inside this, what I will do is I'm going to implement polygon interface. This interface A. Okay, I'm going to implement the interface A interface, and here I'm creating one more class. So class is example interface B, and this is going to be implement. So here you understand. So for the fully abstract, and it is called as an interface, then you have to use a keyword as implements. So implements this one, interface E. Okay, so inside this, I'm going to implement the method. So here only I can implement this interface. So how we can do it? So you need to give a public void, it should be a public void, and get area in integer length comma integer width. So inside this I will give this some logic. So here I will not give any logic. So here I'm going to give system dot out dot println will print the values. So a comma, or I will give it as length and breadth itself. Length into, I'm going to multiply this value. So next, after doing all these things, I will go here and create a main class. So class main C. So inside this, public static void main arguments of. So after doing this, what I will do? So I will use this thing. This is my class name, and I'm creating a object and new of this. So after doing this, I'm going to call the method. So how can I call this? Using an object. So a dot method name is get area. So get area of what is the value I'm going to give? So I need two values, right? To multiply. So I'll give some 8, comma 9. So why it is showing error? Error create. So I'll give the name as enter is so some error occurs. Then I'll try to create a new package. Sorry. Okay, ma. So I understood. I'm sorry. So actually, what happened is, should not use this class. Okay. So directly, you are meaning this to be an interface. So that is a thing. And here, just change this to D. Okay. So it's very, very simple. You need to use the interface keyword, and you have to give, and you are not going to give any business logic here. It is fully, abstract. Here only you are going to define it. Okay, I will check the output. So run this. Is it? Yes. So the main method is main. I'm sorry. So we need to move to the main method. There is a main method here. Just run this. You can this main C. So now you can see the value. So 8 into what 9 is 72. So this is how the interfaces will be. Okay. Excuse me for 2 minutes. Okay.